Well, for many of us, starting over, it seems like we're starting over when we reach midlife or the empty nest, or both the midlife and the empty nest, because we start to wonder, what's next? What do I do now? And it can be overwhelming. And you can get that analysis paralysis because you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I don't know how to do it. Well, let's talk about that today. I'm Julie Waas. This is Midlife Unleashed with Julie Waas. Thanks for watching. So, first of all, midlife or the empty nest is not about starting over from scratch. So, let's put that aside. So, if that's causing you angst and that's causing you to not know what to do next, please don't think that way. What midlife and the empty nest, or midlife or the empty nest, is really about is taking stock of everything you've built, all of your experiences, your lessons, your resilience, and then deciding what you want to do to carry forward. What do you want to take with you? What do you want to carry forward with, and what you're ready to leave behind? So let's talk about that because midlife is amazing in the sense that you've now lived several decades. You've built a career, probably. You've maybe had a family, probably had a family. Now your kids are leaving. You've done your best. You've been a great mom. And now you've set them free to live their lives. And now you have time to decide what you want to do with the rest of your life. And the key is number one, just start now. Stop sitting here getting the analysis paralysis and saying, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. Well, you have to go through steps in order to figure that out. And it's not something you may come to overnight. It may take a lot of thinking. And that's where journaling comes in. And I've spoke about journaling on a previous episode, and I would encourage you to go watch that as well, because that's a great way to flesh out all of these things. So the thing is that it's important to look back. You've lived several decades by now, and that means you have so much wisdom. And you've also decided now, what do I like and what I don't like? Think about that. Think about all the things you've done. What has brought you joy and fulfillment in all of those decades? What has been something you're like, I'm done with that. I don't need to do that anymore. I'm tired of it. You know, Unfortunately, right now we live in an age of, social media where everybody's social media page is a highlight reel because who wants to post, lowlights? But we need to keep it real too. And so, first of all, you don't want to compare yourself to other people because other people, everybody's going through their own thing. Everybody has their own struggles. Everybody has their own issues. And so you need to look at your own life and look back and congratulate yourself for getting where you were. You raised a bunch of children, possibly. You, climbed up the career ladder wherever you were. You're pretty darn accomplished. And you need to take stock and celebrate that. And then think about the things that you've done over the years that have been joyful for you, or the things that maybe you put aside years ago that used to bring you joy, but you no longer have time for them. That's the importance of reflecting. You need to look back before you can move forward. And it's really an important process because before you figure out, who I am, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? Now that you have the whole half of your life in front of you that you can maximize with joy, you do have to look back and sort of parse apart the things that were good, the things that were bad, the things that were fulfilling, the things that drained you. Because really, what you want to focus on now are not the things that drained you. You want to find things that are fulfilling. And, when I think about my own life and I think about my own story, for years I was drawing, always drawing, even, as a little kid, I was always doodling, as I would say. I couldn't stop when I'd be taking notes in classes and things like that. Even as early as sixth grade, a sixth grade classmate of mine wanted me to do his wall in his bedroom. And, his mother didn't think that was a great idea. And that was probably pretty wise of her. But my point is that brought me a lot of joy. But I never thought about turning it into art. because first of all, I never took any art classes. My sixth grade art teacher told me I had no talent. But now, once I reached this midlife empty nest stage, and I actually had time on my hands, and I continued to draw. And one day I was listening to a deposition because I am a full-time lawyer on the other side of my life, and I was drawing, and I thought, I'm gonna buy some art paper and some art pens. And next thing you know, my husband convinced me to start a website and Instagram. And now I've been in galleries like New York, Miami, Europe, the United Kingdom. I even currently have some pieces on display in a gallery in Venice. And that's just crazy. I mean, crazy. If you had told me I was going to do this while I was raising my kids and just, drawing for fun, I would say you're crazy, but it did bring me joy. And this is my point. I'm not saying you're going to be an artist or you're going to be whatever, but think about those things that you love to do, and what brought you joy, and start writing that down. And then at the same time, think about the things that drained you, that just like sucked the life out of you and made you wanted to go like crawl under the sheets and just sit there or put on TV and just mindlessly pop popcorn in your mouth, things like that. And make a list of those. And then think about the things that brought you joy and fulfillment, or things that maybe you loved to do when you were a kid. There's nothing wrong with thinking about, well, maybe I can start doing that again. You're not too old and it's not too late. I assure you of that. Honestly, it's not. This is the best time for you to do it, and the best time for you to get started. So like I said, all you have to do is just start now. Just take that one step of thinking about this, of thinking about the things that brought you joy, the things that drained you, and start making a list. Take inventory and celebrate yourself for all the amazing things you have done over these decades. You are a fount of wisdom, an incredible fount of knowledge now, and you know what you like, and you don't need to worry what other people have to say. That's the greatest part about middle age. It's like, wow, I know who I am. And if somebody else doesn't like it, well, that's sad for them, but not everybody has to like you. This isn't a popularity contest. This is really fulfilling your life and making sure that you have no regrets at the end and that you live your life to the best way possible. Now, if you'd like some help in figuring this all out, I would love to help you. And I'd love to get you started on this reflection, and then we can move forward to creating a plan. So let's hop on a call. Now, you can find the link to my calendar in the description of this channel, and just, set up a time, a free call with me to discover where you want to go from here. And we can talk about it, and I can help you. And another great tool is my reinvention blueprint, which will get you started on that reflection process. And you can find the link to that also in the description of my channel. So I look forward to hearing from you. Please put comments and first like this post. If you know somebody who might benefit from watching it, please share it with them, and please subscribe to my channel as well. But please, in the comments, let me know, what you've decided you're going to do with the rest of your life after you've reflected. Anyway, you will have an amazing second half, I promise you. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.